Okay, SEMA's done. Everything's back. SEMA was incredibly intense. So I ended up having 3 cars at SEMA. Oh, you know what? Welcome to my workshop. I'm back in Pennsylvania. Last year's SEMA car, the 2019 Volkswagen Jetta, hashtag sponsored by Volkswagen. Just chilling. Everything's getting ready for winter. So my Mexican school bus is inside. My Rabbit pickup is inside. One of the 2 Harlequins, Golf Harlequins, is sitting inside here. This is a really weird one. This one I built by hand. It's a Volkswagen Caddy. I flew to Europe, got the empty body shell, built it into a brand new car. Every single bolt, every single piece is brand new and assembled by hand. Still no VIN number. I also used a pre-production US car to build the motor and everything else. That one's out of there. The Severo from Brazil. That obviously went to SEMA as well. Hand-built wide body flares, BBS magnesium wheels. That one is back with all the spare parts from the Polo that I had to ship back as well. Grill from the Rally Wagon. The other car that I built there was the Rally Wagon, and it's currently on a ship heading to Colombia. So that's where I'm flying tomorrow morning. So I wanted to do this right now before I go there and before Tuesday, because the Polo went to Donut Media and did a full shoot, which comes out on Tuesday morning, bumper to bumper. I did get to go and visit James at his house. He's doing really well, and he's now gone back to work since then, but is not doing videos yet. So Nolan is doing my bumper to bumper on the little Polo. So we're here mainly to recap the Polo, but there's the Activan, the Golf Rally, Synchro, G60, all-wheel drive, wide body, South African City Golf, and there's a bunch of the other cars that are sitting waiting for me to have time in the background. So, Polo, recap. Obviously, Dan, Brandon, and I pretty much hurt ourselves pretty badly getting it finished in time. It went right down to the wire. We did get it finished. I think the response there was really good. I hope it was really good. Couple YouTube videos, one reviewing it, got a 8.75 out of 10 from them, so kind of stoked on that. I watched them a little bit and was a little worried. They also reviewed James from Donut Media's car that I built, and they gave that higher scores. So whatever. Obviously, thank you to all the sponsors. I could not have done it. We came up with this kind of 4-color scheme way to try and thank them and give them the roll call at the SEMA show, so I think that worked really well. You know what, if you indulge me, let's just go through it real fast. Thule sent out the roof racks. These are direct from Thule, Sweden. Their marketing department in America got the Swedish headquarters to send those out, and then we color matched proper paint, the tray and the wheel holder. Unitronic got the ECU running basically the night that we tried to get it running. Demobilized it. Steven from Die Werkstatt came out and got that running. ST Suspensions, the very first person that joined me on this car. The coilovers are color matched, 4 different springs. There's a very big show right now about to happen in Germany called the Essen Motor Show, and they're about to announce that they're going to be offering this to the public now. So this is, I can finally tell everyone, yes, this is the very first set they made in the world, but after Essen, I expect them, or during Essen, they will announce to the public that you can have your Gefindefahrwerke, your German-made coilovers built to your color specifications, which is amazing. Autohaas, 1.8 turbo motor, 20 valve from a 2003 Jetta. Black Forest Industries make a custom shift knob for every one of my projects, pretty much. This one was above and beyond. 4 colors, Cerakoted, which is the same coating people use on handguns because it's really hard wearing in the correct colors. Liqui Moly, obviously the oil, also gearbox oil. Don't know if I have to remember to put it in yet or no. Need to do that. ECS tuning, an absolute ton of parts. Brake parts, last minute parts, lots of engine tune-up things, tons of stuff. Volkswagen classic parts, who are not available to sell direct to the USA yet, but I hope they will be soon. Fenders, hubs, so many parts. I mean, there's the rear VW badge. See how shiny that is? Because it's brand new OEM express ship from Germany. Odyssey batteries. They released a new H7, H6 battery. This is the first one in the world. It is not available to buy yet, but it is the official Volkswagen, Audi size. It also fits, I think, Corvettes or Mustangs or something else. So that's a really big deal. I'll show you that one in a minute. Miltech Sport literally sent 2-day express from Europe a Mark IV KO3, KO4 turbo downpipe system, no cat, etc., which we then had to kind of cut up and weld into the right angles, etc. But it was awesome. PPG, the paint. MIVW, we are MIVW. Can you even see this? They made a custom sticker for the MIVW event, which is where we unveiled the body restoration of this car. So PPG and Emil from MIVW did the paint work. Marin, the bicycle, which I'll show you in a minute. Forge Motorsport. There's a bunch of Forge goodies, color-coded goodies in the engine bay, so we'll show you that. And Hengst, who make filters. It is not color-coded. I did not have time to paint it, but I did, of course, use the Hengst filter, and there was quite a bit of hacking to the firewall to make it fit. The bicycle. Marin actually helped me build a bicycle for the Jetta, the white silver Jetta. It looks very white right now. And it got stolen on the way to Europe, which sucks. So I emailed them and said, hey, I'm really sorry. I'm going to buy a used Marin. We're going to paint it Harlekin. And they said, forget about it. We're going to send you one. So they sent another Gestalt X11 with dropper saddle on the gravel bike, painted by Emil, PPG Auto Shadow 071. So many nerdy parts. I'm not going to talk about this for too long, so I can talk about it forever. But yeah, there's EC pedals, which are red, Ritchie wet look stem and bars. I mean, every single thing. How about the valve caps? Red there, yellow there. Jaguar cables, which are color-coded. Color-coded zip ties on it, and then the tax bottles, which are made in Holland, right next to where the Polo was restored, in the 4 colorways with, anyway, that's enough on the bike. I love the bike. And the dropper saddle is super cool on the gravel bike. So coming around to the front, obviously you saw a lot of the details going into it. Black Forest made the custom mounts there. I literally powder coated the stuff and threw it as we run over here past the Synchro Golf Country and the potential Nürburgring track ring on an oven that I bought for $25 on Facebook Marketplace or something like that. So yeah, powder coating is fun. It's not that difficult. You can DIY it. I talked about that in the build up, but it really did work out well. The whole intake manifold, battery bolt down, everything is powder coated there. Forge inlet, this was painted. I couldn't get the right color and powder. Porsche cap donated by the by Brandon for the project. And actually, Richard just popped up in these comments. Yeah, Moret headlights that I managed to find in in England, with the Moret grille as well. Then we've got the Matig side mirrors. These are parts that I found all over the place, and then I had friends, basically underground parts, railroad these to get them to wherever I could to be able to ship them. This is the Odyssey battery. It is a 47 size. This is the very first one in the world. So this will be available for purchase. So if you have a Volkswagen, you can now buy a correct OEM fitment battery for anything. Mark 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the one. EOS, CC, Arteon. This is the right one. Yeah, Forge cooling kits all over. Big Forge intercooler, which just, I'm sure if you watch the other ones, I was so excited when that fitted really, really well. Gates timing belt. That was another one from ECS. It's just nuts. I'm so happy with it. I am, yeah. So to recap the project, yes, we got it done. Yes, I drove it 30 miles across Los Angeles to go to the donut shoot. Yes, I think it did okay at SEMA. I mean, that was it. People were stoked. I know where all the flaws are. There's definitely some. The paint's gone off there. That's fine. There's a tiny ding down the side. There's some dirt and some paint. I didn't sand it enough, I didn't polish it enough, basically. It needed a really good polish. The clutch is still not working perfectly. We bled it and bled it and bled it, and it just still isn't bleeding. So I don't know if maybe the piston rod is maybe a millimeter or two too short. The big news is when we did that very last minute fix on the axle during the video shoot, I did turn really tight, and the clutch is a Black Forest stage 2, 3. It's got the KO4 tune, big injectors, everything, and that clutch went a little bit, and I did really upset that bearing. So Volkswagen Parts Classic sent out new hubs. I just need to get those all in with a shorter axle and new bearings, which I already have from ECS. So that's technically right now it's kind of broken. You can't drive it angrily. You can drive it forwards and backwards. That's fine. So known issue. That was the problem with the axle being too long there. So be it. Otherwise, I'm really, really happy with it. To finish up my recaps, basically, this sounds silly, but thank you to all my friends who helped me. Aaron, who flew in from Minnesota, all the companies all over the world. There is no way that I could get this done in this time, and I hope this quality without everyone's help. And one thing that I do get asked is, I could never build something. I wish I could finish my project in a week or whatever. It's not really a week. If you think about how many hours I worked on it, 16, 18 hours a day, and then all of the other people and all of the parts that were built off-site, etc. If they add that up, it's probably 400 hours, 500 hours, and that's the reality. So if you're working at home, you spend 2-3 hours a week, there it is. That's your 200 weeks or something adding up. So I'm very, very lucky to be able to devote the time to it, but I don't think that you're cutting the hours. I do a lot of prep work. I try and make sure the parts are here, that everything's flowing, that everything's coming in the right spot. And that's my project manager side, but I do think it still takes the same amount of time. It just happens in a much more compressed time. Would I have liked to have more time? Of course. Would I have done more? Of course. But I'm really happy with this one. There's other projects that I don't love so much, but this one I'm really happy with. I really want to polish the wheels more. Hopefully this will be in Performance VW magazine, and I'm a little embarrassed at how not polished the lips were. I had them done by somebody else. It's fine, but it's whatever. So right now the car got coolant in it finally because it had straight water for the show in case it leaked. Battery is disconnected. That's it. It's winter time. Yeah. If you have any questions, let me know. Donut Media, Tuesday, 26th of November, full bumper-to-bumper episode with Nolan J. Sykes presenting it. Very excited about that. And I still have a kind of a cough and infection after SEMA. Genuinely, okay, the donut thing. I was more excited about James Pumphrey hosting the Bumper to Bumper and this being on there. I'm very lucky that I get to have multiple cars at SEMA this year, last couple years, which is really an honor. Thank you to everyone who invites me to do that. Thank you to KWST for hosting the car there. That was amazing. The spot was to die for. I cannot thank ST Suspension enough for that. But still, I was just so excited to see James's reaction. Nolan, I think, did a wonderful job. Obviously, I was there. I saw how he presented it. So absolutely nothing but love for Nolan. Absolutely nothing but love. But I've known James for years on VW Vortex. Obviously, last year when he bought my Mark III project, the Wolfsburg car, which was a KW project actually, it's SEMA. I'm so glad that car went to him. I can't wait to see what he did with it, but I'm still just a little bummed that James didn't get to do it. But what an honor to have my car on there. I'm very appreciative. Thank you again to everyone. Massive, massive love to my friends, Brandon. Yeah, it's nuts. to everyone that helped. Really, it's huge. Aaron flew out here for a day and a half just to weld and cut and weld and cut. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Thank you to everyone. Thanks for putting off this format when I just have no time. I leave for the airport. In fact, let's do this properly. It is 8 p.m. I leave for the airport in 9.5 hours to fly to Colombia for one of my biggest challenges ever, which is to drive a lowered, modified IS-38 plus 400 horsepower GTI on 19-inch wheels the entire way across the continent of South America, non-stop, unsupported, hopefully 17 days. The car is stuck in a boat somewhere. I'm gonna go home and sleep, wake up, and then think, hola, no entendo português. I do not understand Portuguese. I don't really speak Spanish, but somehow I'm gonna try and navigate the whole way 9 countries across that. Enjoy Donut Media. I hope you enjoyed this build. Instagram, comments, YouTube things, whatever, like, subscribe. Just go watch it on Donut. They're so much more professional than me. Thank you. Bye. Now you get to watch me try and turn this off as well.